Hello again, everyone. It is Coleman Swartz with Better Business Bureau serving Central East Texas, and we are taking care of business. I'm talking to a young lady now whose business and company has been doing lots and lots and lots of work in the past 2 months. This is Miss Lauren Barnes. She was with the East Texas Food Bank. Lauren, say hello.
Hey everyone.
Okay, so officially, what is your role at the East Texas Food Bank?
I'm the Communications and Marketing Director.
Okay, that being said, you have been communicating and marketing a lot lately. What has the last 6 months been like for you guys at the food bank?
As you can imagine, it's been insane. But the biggest thing is, before this pandemic hit, we were already facing a hunger crisis in our community. We cover 26 East Texas counties, and unfortunately, over 241,000 people are food insecure. So that just means, 1 in 5 East Texans didn't know where their next meal was going to come from or didn't have that consistent access to healthy food. So again, we were already facing this hunger crisis in our community, and then the pandemic hit. So our work has just completely increased throughout this. And if you can imagine, how we do our work has had to change because we want to, follow all the CDC guidelines, keep everyone safe, but we still have to get food directly to people.
You mentioned that number. What was it, 240,000?
Yeah, 241,000 people. 241,000
people. What are the numbers now? If you can kind of guesstimate what they are now, I can only imagine that they have gone up.
Yeah, so we don't have direct numbers on that food insecurity rate, but I do have as far as how many families we've served or meals served, so I can definitely share some of those numbers with you.
Yeah, what are if you don't mind sharing, do you happen to know what those are? Again, I can only imagine the output has been just astronomical increase the last 2 months or so.
Yeah, it really has. So in April, we served 2.4 million meals. So just in the last month alone. And to give you some context, as far as April 2019, that's a 42% increase in how much food and how many meals we distributed just last month. So
2.4 in 1 month. 2.4 in 1 month.
2.4 million in 1 month. So, and it was the same, we saw the same trend in March where it was a 40% increase in March as well. And the families that we've served, let me double check. We're still finishing our April reports, but our March numbers, it was almost 33,000 families that we served just in March alone.
I'm going to ask a question. If you don't know, we don't know. Can y'all keep this pace up? How long realistically can the food bank sustain? I know things are opening back up, so hopefully we'll see a decline for you, right? Like that would be ideal. But how long can you realistically keep a pace of nearly 2.5 million meals per month?
Yeah, so we're incredibly fortunate that the community has really stepped up right now. So whether that's providing financial donations, our partners like John Souls have been providing just tons of product and food and volunteering. So that's really kept us going. We also have 34 Texas Army National Guardsmen that have been deployed to the East Texas Food Bank. So my coworkers look a lot different right now. So thankfully with that support though, we've been able to sustain it, and our CEO has said multiple times that he is prepared to clear the shelves, stock them, and clear them again if we need to. So of course we need financial donations to make sure, but so far everything we're projecting as far as our need, the community has been able to step up to make sure we can meet it.
Have you had any issues with supply? We're starting to see reports where restaurants are opening, but maybe the supplies aren't there for a long term, or at least initially the supplies are running out. Have you had any issue with the actual food supply? Maybe not necessarily the financial, but the food part with this pandemic kind of affecting food chains really worldwide?
Yeah, so a lot of people generally don't ask questions about where we source our food because it's not nearly as fun. But last year we sourced about 20% of our food from retail store donations. Okay. So if you think about your local Walmart, that they may have some fresh produce that's not going to sell anymore. So before that goes bad, we're actually able to get that directly to our partner agencies. So as you can imagine, those retail store donations have drastically declined because so many people are going grocery store shopping that they're not able to have that many, as much donated to us. So thankfully, though, we've been able to source different food from that, just different waivers and grants we've been able to get, like through the USDA and things like that. We've been able to just adjust how we work, so that way the clients don't actually see, they need food. They don't care, the back end of what we have to do to get it. So thankfully from the client side, we've been able to adjust as needed so they don't notice any of that lack of resources.
So here we are, May has begun. We're into May now. What do you guys have coming up for May? Obviously, you're going to continue to serve the community at just as the record rate. It seems like anything specific coming up that you guys are working on that maybe you'd like to tell the people, hey, this is probably something important we'd like you to know about.
Yeah, I could spend an hour telling you about all the things we have coming up this month. But the biggest thing is, we cover 26 East Texas counties. A lot of people don't realize just how big we are. And if you need, or someone needs food assistance, just go to the easttexasfoodbank.org. We have, so just a little bit about how we've been adjusting our work. We have drive-through emergency distributions. We've got over 8 different locations of those. So there's one that's every Friday in Tyler, but we were just in Canton this morning. And so those are just literally, you drive through, stay in your car, pop your trunk, and you get non-perishable food items. So it limits that, person-to-person contact, and we're still able to get you food. And then like through Tyler ISD, we've been doing these boxes with their curbside meals. We've also started a new senior box delivery program. So if you're quarantined or homebound, we could actually take that food directly to you. And then of course we have 200 partner agencies across these 26 East Texas counties. So we've been working really, really heavily with them to make sure that even if they have to adjust their operations, they're still able to stay open, because we depend on them so much to make sure that we can get all these meals out. So again, it's a lot of really complicated information, but if anyone needs food assistance, please visit the easttexasfoodbank.org.
Okay, so the website again, easttexasfoodbank.org. You serve 26, right? 26 counties across East Texas. They have delivered in April 2.4 million meals. Think about the number, 2.4 million meals just in April. I will end with this. You guys are doing just yeoman's work, just incredible work for the community. Is there a sense that you might be a little relieved when you don't have to, because things have maybe gotten back to a sense of normalcy, where maybe 2.4 is not the number anymore?
I want to say no, because even when this pandemic is done, the hunger crisis is still going to be there. So we're still going to go back to that, 1 in 5 East Texans and 1 in 4 children that don't have access to the food that they need. So even though, this increased spike may go down and everything will, quote unquote, go back to normal, we're going to be feeling the ripple effects of this. And then there's still going to be all of our neighbors year round that need our support.
Folks, they're doing a great job out at the East Texas Food Bank. Ms. Lauren Barnes joins us. Lauren, we appreciate you. I don't think you guys get enough credit for everything that you do, for just the services you provide, but there are tens of thousands of people, and over an expanded period, hundreds of thousands of families in our community that will benefit from what you guys do. From all of us here at BBB, thank you for your service. We appreciate you, and by golly, keep going strong. That's the only thing we can say.
So much, Coleman.
All right, thank you for joining us, folks. If you know of a great organization like Lauren's, who is on that side of the screen over there, that's doing a great job in your community, let us know. My email address is below. Again, Lauren's email address, easttexasfoodbank.org, is the website if you know somebody who might be in need, or you yourself might be in need. There's no shame. Let them know, and they will take care of you. Lauren, we appreciate you, and have a wonderful day.
You too, Coleman. Thanks.
You bet.